So this little piece makes the point about horizontal versus vertical use of the phone. Okay. I want to look a little more closely into social media video specs. We already did touch on it, but video specs, the specifications. Okay, so another article, this one by this gentleman. It's pretty recent. Ad sizes per network. Okay, so let's just look here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you see how these are the sizes. Okay, in-feed video, landscape, square, and vertical. Okay, and here are resolutions for the landscape, square for the vertical. There's aspect ratio. Aspect ratio, as I'm sure you guys know, means, horizontal to vertical. And there's maximum file size that you can have for your ad. There are your video formats, MP4 and MOV. Length, maximum 60 seconds. Max frames is 30 frames per second, right? These are all minimum captions. Recommendations, 125. Look at this. This goes back a few years, but it's the same. So Instagram obviously is doing pretty well with video. Okay, so you've got in-feed video. Yep. Carousel video ad. See, more of a product or feature than a single image or video. There's more resolution, aspect ratio, character limits. Stories, we're hearing, are growing. Ads within user story feeds, right? Integrating the content, as they say, between other Instagram users. Make these raw and in the moment, so it doesn't stand out so much as an ad, since people can swipe very quickly to leave, which is one of the key points about what you can do. One of the problems with mobile, yeah, Instagram TV, full screen like stories. Well, difference being TV posts aren't ephemeral and let you get into super long form. 1 hour maximum runtime for a larger verified account. Brand can create an organic story that delves into detail in your product, service, or campaign. Even higher resolution for these. Now we have Twitter. Okay. So just be aware, everybody, that each app has its own specs. I mean, they're all pretty close, but everybody has their own specs you need to be aware of. Again, it's MP4 and MOV, right? Video length between 3 and 10 seconds for Twitter. There's a long form ad that could be longer, 15 seconds minimum, no max. Yeah. Okay, so a little more information on what you need to be aware of too. There's good old Screencast-O-Matic again. To prepare ads. How to make an effective, is that what I'm ready for? Yeah, how to make an effective mobile ad. Well, because of that swiping issue, obviously you want to capture attention quickly. This gets back to this, thing I've talked about so much, which is, the uninvited, unwelcome guest. And definitely mobile, you're in your content. You really don't want to have these things popping up. I mean, that's why there's so much experimentation with sizes and how does it work with scrolling And how does it kind of insinuate itself into the content? You know, it's the sugar-coated pill. It's the wolf in sheep's clothing. It's, you know, that going to get you involved when you're not really wanting to. I mean, it's very artful. It has to be, much more so than TV advertising, you know, which, okay, I can change the channel. I can get up and get a ham sandwich with the TV, but I can't just swipe the screen. I mean, it's, I've got my hand, I don't have my hand, anyway, you know, guys, right? It's just so easy to switch it off. Build for sound off, delight with sound on. I've always said that about video. It really needs to work without the sound. And you can even buy ads and create ads without sound. You can use text for your messages and that are important, verbal messages, but tell the story visually. Add captions, short as it can be, long as it needs to be. And then again, you experiment. You're getting data with everything you try. Now here's another one I'm going to click to here, folks. Video ad trends for apps for 2020. Well, let's just take a look at. There's just so many new things people are trying here, you know, with mobile video. Let's just take a look at what the hey. And let's give these folks credit. App Samurai. It looked like a pretty good one. Okay. It looks like these are the trends. Shorter is better. OTT advertising, over the top. Go vertical rather than horizontal. More stories. User-generated content. Facebook in-stream ads. Increase in advertising costs. Okay, so let's just quickly tap each of these. So, consumers the ability to only see the ad if it's relevant, and valuable. So you've got to, ads got to run easily. Short video ads are designed to beat the skip button and provide short rides. Okay. And this talks about how you can edit, make them short. TV viewing time versus the world average. It's interesting. So over top, content providers who distribute media streams over the internet. They disrupt traditional TV broadcasting. And these have made cord cutters. An interesting way to spell cord. I think that's quite right. Cord, that's like a musical chord, not a cord. Okay, cord cutters reach over 50 million. So the over the top are people like, that's the video on demand. It's Netflix, Hulu, HBO Go. Transactional are these, ad supported are those. So we want to run ads across those platforms. You can target, insert, and create sophisticated analytics for smaller, more personalized ads. You do full screen ads. So obviously this is going to be a bigger and bigger trend with what's going on today, right? Where we're watching movies and stuff and programs on our phones from these over-the-top services. So, which is not Amazon, and it's not Google, and it's not Facebook. So, new opportunity for putting videos by working with these guys. Okay, so mobile devices accounted for more than 52% since 2018. Okay, now, here's interesting. 94% of the time, mobile phone owners hold their devices vertically. So, make sure you ad works beautifully vertically. Vertical video ads completed 90% of the time, up till the 5 seconds. Horizontal, only 14% of the time. Okay, so vertical is important. More stories. Yeah, we talked about that just a minute ago. So you're going to see more people developing with influencers, etc., ways to use the products and build stories within within that. User-generated content, they're thinking. Ordinary people sharing things versus the brands. Okay, for building trust, images, videos, comments, social media posts. Okay. Originality, believability, Facebook in-stream ads. Third-party in-app native share mobile display. Okay. Native in-stream ads. And that's going to be 63% of the mobile display ad traffic industry by 2020. Place 5 to 15 seconds of video directly on mobile devices, in a live video and on demand. Short to medium ads. Okay. And this talks about reaching Facebook's audience network. You guys probably aren't even on Facebook. Increase in advertising costs. So this is implying that CPM is going to go up. Final thoughts. Okay. All right. So a few more thoughts there, folks, about what's going on with video in app. And let's go back to where we were. We did this. I already talked. Whoops, I already talked about this one in the internet presentation, but I just want to remind everybody this is about video and running on the login page for the Wi-Fi at these choice hotels, and how Hulu, one of the OTT brands we just talked about, took an interstitial ad that would pop up and play right as the landing page, the Wi-Fi landing page, was coming up. So you'd log on in the hotel, and that would send a signal to play a 15-second video. Now, the company I was working with did not put a timer on the video and didn't say you can click off in 5 seconds, and so they got a lot of clicks they didn't deserve. So you heard that without sound, but the sound is just some music, so there's not even a voiceover to it. The company Choice Hotels took the deal. You may remember Hulu was going to pay $7 for anyone who's actually signed up for the free trial, and they got like 0 signups. I mean, it was pathetic. The creative was terrible. The landing page, it was a user experience that nobody wants to even be on the landing page, and for a video to interrupt it without a timer on it was even worse. So, but just remember how these things were tracked, and you remember the tagging, and lots of hotel guests are going to go on the Wi-Fi with their mobile because they figure it's faster for playing movies and maybe cheaper, and whatever the case may be. So that one had to work on mobile too, and it didn't work anywhere. Okay, so video, mobile video, fastest growing format in the fastest growing medium. Lots of experimenting with lots of elements to try to make it effective, to try to get people to watch it, to try to the whole thing, or at least the 4 or 5 seconds, at least get an impression on it. Try to get clicks. How do we get clicks on it? Lots of experimenting, lots of working, and lots of things going on. Location-based mobile marketing, of course, the GPS thing built into phones some time ago. I'm going to stop now, and then we got a few more kind of ad types to talk about. We're really kind of wrapping it up now and getting towards the wind up to our presentation.